everybody, Mr. B here, and welcome to the Loft. Today I'm going to do a real quick, easy side dish, great for meal prep, and I'm going to do some Greek-style green beans, right? So let's talk a little bit about what that actually means, okay? So various ways that you can do this. I love to use frozen vegetables, particularly green ones, right? I find that they're almost the least processed that you can find, because they're usually picked and washed and cut and frozen pretty quickly, right? So, you know, some say there's more nutrients in frozen than canned, and even sometimes fresh, because they're picked before they're ripe, they're ripened while they're in transit, and they're going across the country or coming up from South America or whatever it is, right? So anyway, enough on that. I'm also going to use a can of some diced tomatoes. Try to go with a good quality if you can. We've got some garlic, of course, and I like to throw some olives in mine towards the end. Also some nuts towards the end, because it gives that nuttiness, right? But also the crunch for the texture is fantastic. And then we finish it off with a little feta cheese, comme ça. And then I may just squeeze like half a juice of a lemon into that. Okay, so let's get our oil going here. I'm gonna use about 3 or so tablespoons of some good olive oil here. And we're gonna let that heat up. When my oil is, I'd say shimmering is the word, I'm gonna add my chili flakes to the oil. Again, I like heat. This is totally optional. You do, you boo. And I'm gonna start to let this chili infuse the oil, right? Get it all nice and yum. And I'm just gonna let this go for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna add my garlic. I'm running on about a medium to high heat here, because 1, this is a big ass pan, and 2, I'm gonna be putting these green beans in there frozen, okay? So there's that, all right? Let's get our garlic going in. Very nice, get a swirl on that. Want that garlic to start releasing its deliciousness into the oil. And we're gonna let this go about 1 minute or so. But I'm not too worried about the garlic burning. I've cut it pretty big, right? Because again, I'm gonna be adding the frozen green beans into the skillet, and then that's obviously gonna bring the temperature way down, right? Super yum. Now, let's get our green beans going on in here, okay? So I'm just gonna cut these babies open. There they go. Hear that? Does that sound good? Bag number 2, I find that if I use 2 bags, then if I use 2 bags, I have a little more green beans than I'm gonna eat in a week. If I just use 1, then it just pisses me off because I don't have enough. There we go. Now, at this point, I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt to this, just a pinch. And then a pretty good amount of some black pepper, because how do you ever go wrong with that, right? And I am going to get this incorporated into that oil. Great. And I'm gonna put a lid on it. I'm gonna let these green beans kind of steam till they're done. And you'll know they're done because they're warm and they'll cook through. We're not cooking them too much. You want them to have some integrity, okay? So I'm gonna let this go about 5 minutes or so, and we'll come back then. The green beans have been going now for about 5-10 minutes, and they're heated through beautifully. So, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add our tomatoes. Okay. And we are going to start to incorporate these. And we're going to let that heat through uncovered. I want some of that moisture to kind of evaporate off of the tomatoes and the green beans, because remember, they were frozen. I think I'm going to go ahead and get my olives in. Use as much or as little olives as you like. I kind of like that bite and that salt, that earthiness in there. Now let's go with our nuts. Just a handful, you know. Again, I'm wanting the crunch and the texture, so that's why I kind of put these in at the end. Right, they don't just go away. Mix that up. Just to warm through. Now here at the end, we're going to hit it with the lemon. Just a little squish here for some brightness, freshness. Using juice of about half a lemon. Let's do a taste for seasoning. Really nice. I am going to go with another pinch of salt. You want to, you need to watch your salt, right? Because you've got the olives, that's salty, and we're going to bring this feta to this party. A little pepper here, and that's salty, right? I'm going to kill the heat and add the feta sheets. Now we're just going to pour these up here. A pretty serving bowl. A little stir. And let's make a complete and total mess of this, right? Beautiful. Let's make a taste and see what we've got here. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So simple. So there you have it. We've got some Greek style green beans going here. I'm gonna pair this with some nice chicken later on. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Come along for the ride, and we'll see you next time, kids. Cheers.